Welcome to the Ethics module. Let's go through the RBT Ethics Code together. What is ethics? Ethics is a branch of philosophy that involves identifying and recommending concept of right and wrong, or good versus evil, virtue versus vice. In general, this branch of philosophy is geared toward answering the questions: what is the best way for people to live? What behaviors are right or wrong in certain situations? What does ethics mean as an RBT? Ethical views vary from person to person, especially in diverse populations. Standardized guidelines help practitioners define what is expected ethical behavior in complicated situations when the boundary many times is not clear. As an RBT, you will need to follow ethical guidelines, which are outlined by the BACB. Let's go find it. Please have the ethics code with you as you review the slides. RBT Ethics Code. The RBT Ethics Code describes the ethical requirements for both RBTs and RBT applicants. All RBTs and RBT applicants must agree to abide by this code. Because RBTs are not independent practitioners and must receive ongoing supervision of their practice, those who supervise RBTs must also be familiar with this code. What does this mean for you? You must have a supervisor to consult with about the ethics code and any behavioral intervention plan you implement. Provide truthful and accurate information to the BACB. Report the following to the BACB within 30 days. What does this mean for you? You should immediately and accurately report the following issues to the BACB: violation of this code, disciplinary investigation, conviction or plea of guilty. If you have any questions about notifying the BACB of any information, talk with your supervisor. Adhere to all requirements regarding use of BACB intellectual property. What does this mean for you? Remember, you should avoid using any materials created by the BACB without first getting permission from the BACB. For example, you cannot use the BACB logo personally. You cannot discuss the exam questions with others who are taking the RBT exam. And you cannot post any questions appeared in the RBT exam to the internet or even tell the questions to others. Adhere to the rules of the BACB and approved testing centers, including, but not limited to, rules related to cheating, falsifying information, and unauthorized collection, use, or distribution of exam materials. You should be honest before, during, and after taking the RBT exam. To prevent yourself from violating this code, you should fully grasp the content of the RBT task list before the exam, report any suspected cheaters during the exam, comply with all BACB requirements for RBT training, assessment, audits, and supervision. As an RBT, you should abide by the BACB's standards by obtaining 40 hours of RBT training, demonstrate understanding of the RBT task list and the ethics code, and complete the RBT competency assessment. Nice job! Now you have been introduced to the RBT Ethics Code. We will now cover the 3 sections that the code breaks into. Section 1. Responsible Conduct. 1.01. RBTs uphold and promote the values and core principles of behavior analysis. What does this mean for you? As an RBT, you should keep with the goals of behavior analysis. Apply the techniques of behavior analysis to increase the quality of life for all those who you serve. It is your job to carry out the behavior analytic procedures written for clients. This will be provided by your supervisor. 1.02. RBTs have an obligation to remain familiar with this code. Lack of knowledge or understanding of this code does not excuse unethical conduct. What does this mean for you? The RBT needs to stay up to date with the ethical standards that they must abide by. Make sure that you are aware of any changes to the ethics code. If you don't understand the ethics code or feel you cannot address an ethical dilemma according to the code, contact your supervisor. Not knowing is not an excuse. 1.03 RBTs are truthful and honest and create an environment that promotes truthful and honest behavior in others. They promote an ethical culture in their work environments and make others aware of this code. 1.04 RBTs act in a way that conforms to the legal and ethical codes of the professional and social communities where they are members. They do not lead others to engage in fraudulent, illegal, or unethical conduct. Let's watch a video. After the video, please identify if the therapist violated the code.
During lunchtime, Tom, an RBT, is talking with his colleague in the clinic's break room.
I really don't want to go to session today. I was up late last night studying for my exam, and I'm exhausted.
Oh man, you poor thing. What are you gonna do?
My client tantrums a lot, and it's hard to deal with. I'm just going to call my supervisor and tell him I'm not feeling well.
Oh, do you have enough sick days?
Yeah, we have a few.
Does the therapist violate the code? Yes or no? If you said yes, you're right. The therapist called out of session just because he didn't want to go to the session. What does this mean for you? When you are working with your colleagues or other professionals, you should serve as a role model by conducting yourself ethically and remind others of the code if an ethical violation occurs.
During the therapy session, Abby teaches Sammy to wave after she asks him to wave.
Wave. Show me thumbs up. Good listening. Okay, now, wave, like this.
Nice job!
Session is over.
I think it was a partial prompt.
Does the therapist violate the code? Yes or no? If you said yes, that's correct. The therapist relied on memory to take data. What should you do to be an honest RBT? Your responsibility is to attend to each scheduled session, follow the procedure as written by your supervisor, collect accurate data during the session. You should avoid calling out of session without a valid reason, making up your own procedure, and fabricating data.